show, you support the show any way possible. We are going to have a lot of fun because we are going to start the trial of Anne. And I don't know if Anne is going to jail today. So, let me put Anne over here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And
Respectfully, before we get into this,
no, I want to say, hey, before you do disclaimers, Anne, before we
yes,
do disclaimers, Anne, I actually don't feel comfortable doing this.
doing this.
I'm lying.
Psych!
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Yeah. OVO Sound 2025.
Time to
And thank you very much, Mr. Matreon, for the memberships. And most importantly, thank you very much, Ekene, for figuring out that CEA dollars means Canadian and not California dollars, man. I didn't know that. I was lost. I didn't know, but now I truly do. So thank you very much, Mr. Ekene, for bringing light to a place full of dark. Thank you so much, sir. The King of Africa. So, Anne, let me play the video and then you can, I'll let you have it, you and Melanie. You and Melanie decide who is going to get the mic. Uh-oh.
Multiple. How do you be a good side piece? This sounds crazy.
Yes. How are you? It's
You're not going to be proud of me. I'm in trouble. I need you. Actually, this isn't a happy call. So I, was celibate 5 years and I ended up meeting someone in October. He flew me out to Miami. We had intimacy. We started dating and he told me he wasn't with anyone else. He does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. And already, and God flew down to Miami and you did what? Let me repeat it again, just to make sure.
Ended up meeting someone in October. He flew me out to Miami. We had intimacy.
Okay, honest question. I have an honest question. If you, as a man, fly someone out, do you have an expectation of Gucci?
Sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is, one second.
Crazy?
No, you are not a man. Man and woman sexual strategies are completely different. You want to hold out as much as possible. He wants to get it as quick as possible. For what I heard, Han, you met this man in October, which was 2 months ago. God flew out to Miami. In 50 days. Any comment or concern there, or I can keep playing the video?
Yeah, I just want to add, it wasn't just like that, right? We were also dating 3 weeks prior.
Oh, so there's 2 months in the house. That's better.
I'm just saying that we built a bond before the clapping.
Ooh. What type of bond did you build, Anne, with that man? A spiritual bond? A because the best part is yet to come. I don't want to spoil it, but that man has a wife. So can you elaborate exactly on which bond did you develop with this married man?
Sure, of course. I'd love to elaborate. We met off TikTok. And
of course.
Of course.
How did he make you feel seen?
Instead of arguing and going back and forth with some of the thoughts that I have, he understood where I was coming from and built up on it. The simple fact that he was listening and also guiding me and talking to him about goals that I wanted. Before I met him, he told me very explicitly, "You are mine, and I do not expect you to talk to any men moving forward."
Like 50 Shades of Grey type of thing?
No, but I mean,
I have 2 questions now. How old is he?
And by the way, Janae, let me just play this because I have to go to the restroom. And you can literally ask the question as soon as I'm done.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
Okay. He 44.
Okay. And he said that you can't talk to anybody after like a couple weeks of talking to you.
After 3 weeks of consistent communication, he told me, "You are mine, and I do not expect you to be with others."
Bean, do you have any questions or anything to say before I go to Obsidian?
Did you ask, like, specifically if he was in a relationship or if he was married before, like, getting serious with him or, like, deciding to pursue him?
2 days before I was supposed to meet him, he said, "Hey, I really, really like you. I can see this leading." He said I was quote unquote wifey material, but he was in a relationship and he needed me to know that. And I thought that was very strange that this grown man was telling me this. I'm like, what's a girlfriend? So I asked him, "Are you married?" And then he said, "Yes, he is married." And after he shared that, I said, I don't think I'll be able to make it. I put a pin in it. I processed, and I had a whole bunch of thoughts, right? My own due diligence, I learned. Once I found out that, like, now, because another thing too, when a man says he's married and he's just choosing you, there's a certain level of, okay, he has a lot to lose. He's not gonna want to bring like STDs or babies, like he's gonna be careful. You know what? I do want to see this through, and so I flew to Miami, knowing that he was married. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I will say influenced the decision. It wasn't just my emotions. It wasn't just, all of this other stuff. There was a true desire to, like, even if worst case scenario, this doesn't pan out the way I want it to. I wanted to make sure that I was exploring everything I needed to explore for Anne Shirley. I didn't want to have limiting beliefs about what women should and should not do. Like, I wanted to truly see this fully through and see what I could, not financially, but to see what I could gain as a woman, just generally, like what this could contribute. Because I'll be very honest with you, after 5 years of celibacy, I don't know, I think I was really struggling with like my self-worth as a woman.
You're a liar.
And I don't know, I don't know.
Celibacy had you questioning your self-worth. Could it have been the lack of lumber that made you question it?
I think I know this sounds toxic, like a little bit, yeah, a little bit. There was a disconnection that I noticed around year 4, where I was like, I don't even have a desire for it anymore. It was weird, and it concerned me.
You're telling me you have zero desire for the good wood?
I was shocked too. And then when year 5 came around, I was really concerned because then my body started changing in ways that I was scared.
And yet you're talking about going through changes.
Yeah.
Madam,
okay, so I'm talking about like areas on my body shrinking. I'm talking about a lack of desire.
Areas of your body shrinking.
I don't want to get too explicit. I'm just letting you know.
No, I just want to understand areas of your body that have shrunk. Celibate.
Yes, by year 5, I was very concerned. Say what?
The ladies on the panel, their facial expressions are such that they don't think that they can agree with that statement. That there will be shrinkage of areas of your body for lack of good wood.
Okay, so I'll just be explicit then.
Please don't. We don't have to do that. I'm just simply saying
I'm also saying like that there's a
correlation between shrinkage of body parts because of prolonged.
I am just talking about my body and what was happening. But I would say that I was preserving it for the right person. I really wanted it to share this with the right person.
Somebody lies. Yeah. Now somebody, I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying. It's time to do.
So when this man came and we had this very deep bond, yeah, I started. What
kind of bond? Was it a telepathic bond or?
No. No, it was like, how do I say this? Okay, so this might sound weird, but it was his consistency, his behavior, right? When he said he was gonna call, he called. When he said he was gonna send me food, he did. And not even that, he just reminded me a lot of my father.
Well,
in a way.
I thought there was no financial exchange going on. Now
Yeah.
he's sending you. Now he's sending you food. Your like now he's sending you food.
Him door dashing me dinner is not like. I also bought him coffee one morning. Like that's not a.
And let me tell you this, right? And this is why you're lying. And I respectfully, because I don't care. No, because I don't care if you're lying, because I don't care where your coochie is. You can tell me that you go from no sex to 5 years to flying out to the host capital of the planet, Miami, to
That's
get
crazy.
coochie to a man that you met 2 months ago. Like there's so much things that you can do in your area. Because you know what? You used to be a chubby girl. Now you got a little bit slimmer, so you look better. I know you're getting attention in the gym. I know you're getting attention at the job. I know there's men that probably wouldn't look at you now that are giving you that kind of attention and all that. So you don't need to fly out to the other state to go to Miami to deal with the man that you met in October. And 1 second, Ann, and respectfully, Ann, you claim conservative when you came to my show. You said I'm a conservative woman. You are telling me a conservative woman gives coochie to a Miami resident, meet him in 2 months on Christmas. This is Christmas. We are on the December is the like I say January, New Year, new me shit. And he's married. And what the, like how are you? How do you have conservative values when it sounds like you kind of being a little bit loose with the dudes?
Well, because the nature of the conversations too, right? Like we weren't just talking about the weather. We talked about marriage. I told him on day one, I'm looking for someone to marry and give 4 children to. And he was like, okay, cool. Now, and that was day one. The moment I expressed I'm looking for this, why would you pursue if you knew what your situation was?
Because it's trying to
well, I'm not thinking
Because
that.
he's a man, but if you knew you were looking for marriage and children,
I'm just saying, but if someone was going to give you $1 million today and they said you had to go talk to 10 people in the street, you mean to tell me you're going to take your time or are you going to move with urgency? So if I found a man who I respect, who understands me, who is on the same page, there's no way I'm slowing down. This could potentially be the one. This whole experience taught me how quick I was to disregard my own boundaries and disregard God. I wasn't listening. I just knew I had a goal.
You were listening, madam. You were listening.
Moving, and I was ignoring. There were little breaks. I guess
You were listening to the clitometer. That's what you was listening to.
No, it wasn't just that. It was like,
what was she listening to?
I don't know how to. It wasn't just. It wasn't. I'm telling you, it wasn't just the clitometer.
Like me, the thirst always wins, and that the clitometer remains undefeated.
Hold on, Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic wants to speak.
Right here. Yeah, so Ann, before you told us, and I'm respectfully, shout out to Fatty, appreciate you bringing me up. So you said there were some changes that happened, and I mean, Obsidian say he didn't want to. I'm curious as to the changes that occurred. What shrunk?
The size of the coochie, the clitoris shrunk dramatically.
So your whole vagina.
Why?
So your entire
not
vagina.
My whole vagina. No, I not my whole vagina. I'm talking about the plumpness and the size of it. It shrunk.
Don't call coochie diminutus.
No. Lack of stimulation, or better lack of term, sexual activity can reduce estrogen levels. Low estrogen levels can lead to like atrophy of cells. Basically means like shrinking. So it's not far off. That's the possibility.
Okay, fantastic. Somebody's calling it Ozempic vulva.
Coochie Ozempic is crazy.
After
meeting him, he finally got to the bottom of that pussy.
My body changed and it went back to normal.
And once you were reintroduced to penis, everything went back like it's supposed to be, plumpness and everything.
Dramatic. Yeah,
Hey.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, I told you that. Hey.
Brings
Penis
new meaning
got
to,
power too, baby.
It brings
Fellas, that's why I tell
I'm
y'all.
just saying. I'm just saying. Like when we're talking about women and or for myself. Oh, sorry. Is
Oh my
Obsidian
God.
talking?
yeah,
Yes.
bring new meaning to the phrase pump me up, right?
Can we be grown ups? Honestly, I don't want to be ashamed. Like, yes, like it was a huge deal for me. Huge deal.
It was so huge that you went to national television to tell everybody about it. Let's watch
I
the
know
video.
Ashley
How do you
though.
be a good side piece?
That's a very
This sounds
interesting
crazy.
words that she used.
Yes.
How are you? It's
And you're not going to be proud of
And by the way, she is so shy that her attire flagged the TikTok thing.
I was
She's so
literally
shy.
going to the gym.
And come on, Ann. Come on, man.
And why are you saying
No,
shy?
yeah, and you know what? I concede. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that.
Why
Let's
do you
keep
keep saying
going.
that feels like a personal thing? I've never claimed out.
No, you said shame. I feel so much shame. That's what you said, shame. Like anybody has the bells from Game of Thrones, the shame, ding, 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 ding. The Cersei thing. Please.
Shame.
Watch that. Let's
Sure.
trouble. I need you. Actually, this isn't a happy call. So I, was celibate 5 years and I ended up meeting someone in October. He flew me out to Miami. We had intimacy. We started dating and he told me he wasn't with anyone else. He does live outside of the country, so he comes to US periodically.
The plot thickens. So he's a foreigner.
He's a foreigner.
It's not fatty, right?
And then no.
So what do you want to do now?
It gets worse. Ashley! He's not leaving his wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And what's worse is that he has multiple girlfriends.
Any commentary that you want to introduce right now, and just to make sure we're fair?
Yeah,
balanced?
I want to. Yeah, there was more stuff that I had said in between this clip before we get to where we're going, and part of it because part of what I was telling her was I was trying to figure out how I found myself in a mess like this anyway. To be clear, I did not come to her to figure out how to be a better side chick. I came to her to figure out what, in her opinion, do you think I need to work on as a woman in general?
So y'all were talking for a couple weeks. You were on your way to Miami in a couple days, and you mentioned earlier that he told you that he was married 2 days before you flew out to Miami.
That's correct.
And so then you flew out, and then a couple days after, you found out he was talking to other women.
No, it was about 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Janae. Maybe it's my English. The timeline is what exactly? You found out 2 days before flying that he had a wife?
Correct.
That correct, or am I tripping?
Yes, he was the one who initiated the conversation and said, "Look, I really like you, blah blah blah, wifey material, blah blah blah, but I need to let you know if I tell you this, it's best to tell you this now and not just throw it on you later. I'm in a relationship." He didn't even tell me he was married, and so I asked him if he was, and then he confirmed yes.
I'm calling you out. I'm so sick of these people.
Why did you get on that plane?
Why?
I believed, based off of prior conversations, that there could potentially be an outcome where I became a second wife, and I would be okay with it. I come from a culture. My grandfather had 5 wives, 20 children. I've seen it. When you are a man of certain means and provision, you have discretion.
And one second. You said this. I didn't know he has money. You said you are an engineer and you know exactly how much all those computers cost.
Yes.
So Ali's asking you, and Ali's give you credit. You knew that he had money before you got on that plane.
Got him.
God ain't gonna help you.
Allegedly.
Man, stop looking up to the sky. Look at us. Soon as you saw the background, you knew those computers were $10,000. He didn't have to tell you where he worked, what he did for a living. You knew he had bread as soon as you saw the computers. Is that true or false?
I knew those computers were incredibly expensive.
Got your ass.
who had a wife and multiple women. If you never shared a man, what made you want to share this man and get on his plane even though he had a wife and multiple women? Why this time?
Why?
First and foremost, like I said, I did not want to stop myself from a potential long-term situation. I was willing to, if this was, long-term, I was okay with potentially being a second wife. Also, I made this comparison. A lot of single men are out here doing the same dog shit. They will waste your time for years on end, and then at the end of it say, I don't owe you anything. You were never my wife. At least this man was transparent and honest. At least this man said, look, this is what it is. You can make a decision.
Hey, fantastic. Can you ask the question before I do?
Let's keep going. We don't badger the witness over here, okay? Go ahead,
So,
then.
And then as you can see, I'm always constantly fighting for my life. But it is I don't know how to explain this. When you find someone who's like your favorite person, who you can just turn your brain off, like you're not constantly at war, where you can simply just be yourself and it's enough. I don't know how to explain how addicting that feeling is, but it hooked me. I did not want to lose someone. I did not want to lose him specifically because his presence in my life was, I don't know how to explain it. It made me feel safe.
You didn't want to lose him.
I'll be honest, I was deeply attached. I was already.
And one question for that before you go. And 1 second, please. And do you still trust him?
No.
Why? What changed? What changed?
The lying. Like I said, initially.
One second, please. So he was lying. He started telling you the truth. You respect that, and you broke with him for lying. What was he lying about?
The presence of the other women.
No.
Wait. Hold on.
May I respond? I feel like this is the most. Look, I know I'm a black person, but this is the most corrupt trial I've ever been. Okay,
wait.
We're going to get the 2 minutes out so Ann can actually have a fair chance to not go to jail. And by the way, friends, there's a poll. There's a poll in my side asking, should we put Ann in jail? Yes or no? She's innocent.
Kidding?
She's innocent. Free Ann. Free my nigga Ann.
You already know this is rigged. I want a new trial, mistrial.
Patty, can I ask one really quick?
No,
absolutely. Hey, you know what? I will obey to the host of the show. No means no. I have to no consent. You can go first, Janae, after we're done.
Listen, if I'm cheating on my wife, what makes you think that I wouldn't be? I don't know how to explain this.
That's kind of logical if you're asking me. That's a logical point. If he cheats on his wife, then of course he would cheat on you. Well, I can't say it's cheating, but yeah, of course he has other girls. That's logical.
That is? I thought it was insane. Oh, but he was upset with me for getting upset because he was like, what do you expect? If I'm going to cheat on my wife, why would I just have one person? I ended up crashing out, and I wonder, Ashley, because I want to be.
Oh my God, then.
Can we finish?
No. Because I'm trying, and I'm sorry, Janae. You literally admitted that his honesty made you actually, he's being honest. Why would you crash out if you actually
okay, but you have to understand, right? I'm thinking I found my husband. Now you hit me with this bomb, and I'm still here. Now there's more bombs. All I could expect from you is truth, and now that's out the window. What the fuck?
But if you, I don't understand your logic. Hold on, I don't understand the logic in what you're saying, because if he had a wife and you knew about it and you still laid with him, how are you telling him how many other ones he's allowed to have if you accepted being another one when he had a main one? This doesn't make sense.
He had explicitly told me there was no one else, right?
Aggravated on the panel. People are aggravated on the chat. Everybody, let's hear the minute that we have, and then we go to interrogation.
Provider type person. I always have this anxiety of they can do anything. They have the funding and the material to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that comes with the territory. Yeah. If you're dating, the guy who has the money and he's not faithful and he has a wife already. Yeah, girl,
He had the audacity to break up with me. The fuck?
He broke up with you. And pretending that you that was all upset and left the man, and he was the one that actually broke up with you?
First of all, we had many breakups within this period of time. The one I referred to in the clip was I had given him a very expensive Christmas gift. He gave me a very expensive Christmas gift in return. The gifts that we were exchanging were out of the ordinary. And then I started doing the whole, I don't like this, And he's like, I argue more with you than I do my own damn wife. And so we were going back and forth. And then he said, we need to take a break. And I said, okay.
Hey, y'all gonna say whatever y'all want to say. How many times did y'all break off and on when you found out he had a wife and multiple women? How many times? Because you say y'all breaking on and off.
Okay, I would say once, but that was after I crashed out and I found out about the other one. I was already compromising my morals to accept this. There was no need to lie to me, sir. The fact that I had to discover this and then you're telling me, why are you mad, is insane to me. I crashed out. And then that's when he put me on this whole, maybe we should take a break. And then a couple days later, he said, literally, you were only here off the strength of me loving you. I cut women off for less.
Perfect. So you are telling me then, once again, Anne, you are telling me after the crash out, if he took you back instead of put you on a doghouse, are you telling me that you're staying or you leaving?
I stayed.
So you are not upset about the situation. He was the one cutting you off and now you are upset. The man actually was the one that pushed you out. If he played along like most lover boys do, and he actually was telling you a dream and says, no, I have several women on my roster, but you are special and I love the bunny rabbits and all those things, would you put your foot down and say, this is inadmissible, I need to bounce, or would you stay there and give that man a chance?
I would stay. And I would compete.
Oh my God, man.
Hold on.
Would stay if he didn't kick you out. Is that fair?
No, you said, would I stay if he was explicit about the multiple women?
No, what I said was, once again, if that man, instead of putting you on timeout like he did, right? Instead of he saying, I'll cut woman off for less. If instead of him going and cut you off, if he still dates you, romance you, did the things that he was doing, even though now that you have there's a wife for multiple rosters and rotations and woman, are you? What is my question, Ann?
Because I'm confused. That's exactly what happened. He didn't cut me off.
He didn't finish asking you what he wanted to ask.
You're confused because he was the one breaking with you. What I'm saying is an hypothetical. If he didn't break with you and he keep romantic,
okay.
Yes, after the crash out, would you stay with him or would you break up or would you break with him?
I would have stayed. Still, that he didn't owe me even that. That's what hurt me.
Obsidian. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
He did.
I'm gonna be very honest.
I'm going to drop it for the sake of friends.
What more do you want from me?
Ask her how tall was this man.
He was 6'7".
Oh my God, then. So you got the millionaire 6'7" man.
And he was smart and funny and exclusively like black women.
Please don't over-explain. Did you look better than his wife?
She's a pretty girl, but she doesn't look like me.
How do you know? Oh, 1 second. How do you know how she looks?
On WhatsApp, he had their picture, and I was like, "Oh, that's your wife," and then he immediately changed it.
Wait. You were always the side piece because sister wives don't have to be hidden from each other. Side piece need to be hidden from the wife. If I'm giving you a very concrete, so hey, hit me on Snapchat, okay, not on Instagram. You were always the side piece because he's trying to hide you from the wife. He was trying to steal that wife's man. Like that she literally.
No, I wasn't. No, why would I do that?
Yes, you are. Yes.
No, I wasn't.
No,
yes,
I wasn't. Okay, you wouldn't let me play the video, and then everybody can have the questions and all that.
Very honest with you. He feels like if I'm cheating on my wife, and I'm sure him and his wife already get into it, or he just feels like family life is already hectic enough for him, he needs an escape. He's thinking if I'm with my side chick, it should be very easygoing. I shouldn't be arguing with my side chick. I will argue with my wife because that's why I put a ring on their finger, but not the side. No. You're supposed to be there to make life easier. Things should be seamless. We should be having sex, fun, going out.
You sound exactly like him.
Sounds like a very depressed woman that just went through heartbreak.
She knew. That surprised me. When he told me that, I was like, what? It was insane. But to hear her say the same thing, I was like, oh my God. How do you know this?
All she does is talk about relationships, and that's all she does. She talks about side chicks. She talks to a side chick every show.
Exactly why I'm telling you I'm not a side chick, because I'm not even privy to this shit. You
Girl,
think if I knew I would
even be? She is lying now. Come on, lady.
Why would I be shocked that she knew? Why would I? No, you stop. You stop.
No. Hey. One second. Even though Annie's special guest of the show, Melanie is the host of the show. So there's no please you stop. It kind of is rude to the host of the show. So once again, Melanie, if you have something to say it. If not, I'm going to play the rest 20 seconds of the video, and then everybody can go ahead and do the interrogation and it sounds like you're so defensive that every single thing that we imply kind of needs a very deep 1 minute explanation. No. You don't have to apologize because you being here is actually awesome.
So I feel I am feeling a little defensiveness. I apologize.
Sure. Totally fine. But there's a thing, right? You weren't defensive on that interview. You were all smiles and giggles and you were excited and you were laughing.
It's very different because I know Ashley. This is a panel of people who have judgment.
Yeah. It's because actually promotes Odom. And you are very comfortable because she promotes it.
Okay, so I've only met her once and we had a very in-depth conversation. I did not know that she's part of this sprinkle transactional shit. I do know that she does level up stuff for girls.
Hey, no. Respectfully, Annie's not green. She's crazy. And ED to Ann, what Ann a lot of times does, the love bombing shit. I'm going to overwhelm you with, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. And you do this on a constant. I remember meeting you for 3 days and you're saying, Ferry, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, what the fuck? Proud of what?
I'm going to be honest.
And it's fine. But this is
I'm not ashamed of that. This is who I am. When I'm interested in something, I go full send. So it doesn't surprise me that other people will be full send if you're excited. I don't read manipulation. I think, someone matching my energy. Finally.
No, but that's not being green. That's actually is you being crazy. No, because yes, we bonded on. Oh my God, on being 6'7" and having an apartment in Brickell.
If I'm with my side chick, it should be very easy going. Sure. I shouldn't be arguing with my side chick. I will argue with my wife because that's why I put a ring on their finger, but not the side. No. You're supposed to be there to make life easier. Things should be seamless. We should be having sex, fun, going out.
You sound exactly like him.
But that's what it is.
What?
Oh, Ann, girl, you got a lot to learn. Yeah.
He said exactly what you said verbatim, which is crazy.
So I'm keep real. You showed your crazy side. Now you're like, oh, she crazy. I gotta go. I really gotta go now. Oh no. Crazy. Oh, she used that word. You said it. Crazy. Got to go. So
he bought me a Chanel. How do you be a good side piece?
You really need to work on yourself mentally and physically. But the Ann that came up here on the first live who was standing in front of that stove, she was a lot slimmer than the girl standing here in front of me. What does he have to look like?
He has to be someone who's fit. I'm not compromising on this. He has to be someone who's fit and someone who takes pride in the way he carries himself.
Now this Ann, I don't know what's going on. That tells me feelings. We're eating from emotion. Yeah. We're not moving as much. Yeah. So I want you to work on yourself before we think about a man, mentally and physically.
Okay, the clip, right? Mm-hmm. So you didn't ask her how to be a better side chick?
Okay. I did say that, but I also said this is crazy. But I wasn't asking her in terms of advise me, coach me. What I was saying, it was like, it's like, okay, if someone were to say, I can teach you how to be an honorable cheater, I would say, How? Okay. How would you be an honorable cheater?
Telling me what I already know.
Hey, fantastic. That's Cap. Hey, Ann, why did you say that if I invited you to Portugal, you would come to Portugal? Why did you say that?
Because, Fatty, I like you.
Do we talk on a day-to-day basis?
No. I mean, like, who you are, what you're building, et cetera, et cetera. I admire you. I respect you.
Hey, Ann, I'm going to actually be honest about this, right? Sorry. No. I'm going to be honest. Ann.
Mid-conversation, like.
No, Ann. No, Ann. I'm not going to talk about no private conversations, no nothing, Ann. Like, Mr. Fantastic is giving you the utmost benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, he sell you a dream. You are a person with the addictive personality. Friends, I am ruining the quality of the show. You were bragging about getting a Chanel bag, so the cat is out of the bag.
This clip.
Listen.
There was really no need.
Hey, bro, this is not going nowhere. We are going to assume that the expensive gift that she gave to that man was a golden asshole. Okay, this is going to be speculation. We are going to understand that it was because again,
I would have rather
and respectfully, right? I'm not shaming you more than you shame yourself. You no, 1 second, please. You went to her show and spelled all the beans, and now you are acting like you were a very reserved and shy woman.
I'm not acting.
Like, what the fuck is this shit?
I'm not. Not at all. But I don't understand.
No. Just yes or no. That's just.
I answered the question. But how are you going to?
We don't want the additional context right now. I'm not even trying to be rude, but. People have been waiting.
This is my whole ass life. How dare, like, you mean
I know. Is the problem is you are willing to say certain things, and instead of saying I gave him this so the conversation can move along, you open yourself, and when your asshole is stretched, you say, "Oh, okay, I have to give context about it." It's already stretched. Just say what you need to say.
All right. Okay. And but Mr. Fantastic, I think it's not worth. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true. I'm also saying, is it possible that I have other knowledge that might change your mind? And because you
no, because he's a man. He's trying to tell you from a man's perspective. You're not listening.
And what you're not listening to is two things can be true at once, right?
Well, it's not.
Melanie, I got it, Melanie. So, Ann, are you going to and I'm not being facetious, I'm not being an asshole. Are you going to disclose the information that may help your side, or are you not comfortable with disclosing it?
You mean what the object was?
You said it's some things that you could tell me to
yes. But then also it's in alignment with what you're saying. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Fantastic.
No,
No, let her ask it.
No, because no, we're not doing that, because if she's going to answer what you just said, is she going to answer the questions? She said yes, right? She said yes, she's going to answer it, right?
Yes.
That's what she just said. Okay, so you're going to ask her, and she's going to answer it, and then somebody else is going to go ahead and speak. So do you want to ask her what you want to ask her about the question, Mr. Fantastic?
No, that's already. I was like,
yeah, he already asked it, and I was going to respond. Okay. What are we doing?
No. You didn't. No, stop doing that. You said, Mr. Fantastic, can I ask you something?
Yes.
No, don't ask me nothing.
Mr. Fantastic said,
and please, and you
can help your side, and then I was going to say,
get your clout.
No, yes, I did.
Yeah,
sue for that,
those
right?
who are.
And calm down, and please.
Let him land. Let him land.
Well, again, I'm just pointing.
Stop talking, Ann.
Yeah, I'm listen. I'm not saying that the husband's not accountable. What we're saying is,
okay.
And calm down, God damn it!
That's why he left, because you kept talking.
That's exactly correct. That's
what it is.
When I needed to say something, he was like, I couldn't shut the fuck up.
You will not shut the hell up, bro. Once you up,
hell no. When I have something to say, I'm gonna say it.
Exactly. So that's why he cut your ass off. That's why, hey, listen, and I'm sorry to tell you.
Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
Hold on. I'm trying to tell you, your vagina don't outweigh your mouth, baby. All right. When your vagina outweighs your mouth, then you able to have a lot of mouth. You know what I mean? Niggas were willing to put up with, the amount of crap that your vagina is worth. I'm almost
You're
done.
not gonna disrespect my
Not
body.
done. Stop talking.
Okay,
No,
for him to
stop
talking.
Disrespect that man's
It's not okay for this random
No,
man.
you're not gonna keep talking when he was not done. Because now I'm gonna talk over you. You see how annoying that is?
No, we
Let
can
him
have a
finish.
conversation.
No, let him finish. No, let
You
him
don't have to be
finish.
disrespectful.
No, let him finish.
And I specifically
Speak to
told
me
you.
respectfully.
Then stop fucking talking.
And I
He's
specifically
not gonna
told
tell me my cooch.
I don't care.
And that's cause and effect, and once you keep over talking
Oh
people
my God,
over and over and over and over, people are going to start to insult you.
I'm saying is clearly when you say he cut you off after he spent all this time selling you a dream, after he spent all this money on you, he bought you a Chanel bag. You have to be completely, totally outside of his program for him to just say, hey, you know what, little baby, I'm good on that little pussy. You feel me? You can keep it, right?
Okay.
After years of you holding on to it, right, and not giving it to nobody else. What you're displaying, and I feel you're very passionate and you want to be heard a lot, but I don't think you understand that people hear you, and if people aren't agreeing with you, you portray it as they're not listening or they're not hearing. That's not the case. We've all heard your story. We've all heard your perspective. All these things, right? What we're simply saying is what Ali said. Even you're saying things Ali didn't say. Ali never called you an adulterer. He said you were a home wrecker.
What
Even
does that
back
mean?
in
You go home because the husband has to open the door, right? He has to invite me over.
You're
both
home
wreckers.
Come on.
The only part of a home wrecker is you knowing. You can be a home wrecker even without knowing. Look at God. You can even be a home wrecker without knowing it, and because the person is married.
Oh, wow. So, may I ask you a question or no?
And hold on. That's the question I'm done.
Okay.
But if you know and you said that he told you, you knew, and you went anyway. Not only did you know, you went and you bust that puss open. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
What's the definition of a home wrecker, love?
And what I'm saying is, if he had never told me, if he had never told me, he is still the one who knew I told him I was looking for what? Marriage. And he knew, he took his ring off when we were doing our FaceTime calls, right? If he had never told me and I still went, I would be considered a home wrecker in your eyes, wouldn't I?
He finessed you, right? Then he told you the truth.
Well, how did he finesse me if I knew what?
Oh my God.
Lady, you just
told
said
me we
that
were in a relationship, we were exclusive. Then 2 days before,
that is a finesse.
Then
That
change
is
it
a
up.
finesse.
Okay, but I still made the choice to go. And
does-
then
yeah, but
as the
you were
relationship, oh my God, finesse. Or learn that there's
We heard
more
this
to it.
already. We heard this
And
already.
then once that happened,
Yeah, we heard it already. We know. We know.
Okay,
We
don't
don't
know.
want to hear it again.
And
We
then,
don't want to.
and then we're on
We
a break.
don't want to hear you tell me.
We already know the story, and this is what makes you a home wrecker. You had 7 stops before the final destination, and you didn't leave the buzz in none of them. You did 1 stop, you keep going. You did another stop, you keep going. The only victim on this situation is the wife, because she didn't know it. Other than that, both of you are complicit, and this is why, because you are a home wrecker, because this is going to actually settle it all. Then, if that man said verbatim on that day, you're right, this is not wrong, I'm leaving my woman and moving to Brickell and we're going to build something. Would you leave or would you stay?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Okay, Fatty, can I please say one thing and then I can leave?
No. Answer please the question. And because you are very mouthy until we ask a question, everybody gets quiet and then you don't want to talk anymore. If that man told you that day is what I'm doing is wrong, you are right, I sold you a dream, I'm moving to Brickell and I'm divorcing my wife. Is Anne the Ashanti warrior, the Christian woman, staying with that man and building with that man? Or is she saying no because I don't want to be a home wrecker and break your home in Africa? What would Anne do, please?
And I told you, I don't know what I would do.
Hey, you know how to give him that coochie. You know how to fly to Miami. You know how to board those tickets. You know how to talk with that motherfucker. You know how to do everything else. But once you put you on the spot, I don't know. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I don't know. Oh, me? I don't know.
I'm sorry that answer isn't good enough for you. And if you want me to expand, I can. But
Lady, you are lying.
I'm
You
not-
broke. Hey, let me actually show you how you lying. And then once again, man.
Weird moralism. You have no context.
Shh.
I'm a human being. I don't know what I would do.
Let me show you how you lying,
Now you're
right?
gonna do some more like some.
Let me show you how you lying, man. And let me
I'm
show
not
you how you lying.
lying.
Let
I don't
me
know.
show you how. Let me show you how you lying. And
I'm not.
you broke a 5-year celibacy thing.
Okay.
Can you stop talking?
This was very obvious.
You were so adamant on getting that man that you that were saving your coochie for 5 years gave that coochie away in 2 months. 5 years is 50 something months. You give that coochie away.
Okay, so how am I lying when I tell you?
And answer this. So you are telling me that you are willing to share a 6'7" multimillionaire with several women, but you are not willing to get him for you all by yourself. That's what you're trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is the reason why I said I don't know is because he was not honest about it at all. And I had consistently
answer my question.
And that's why I said I don't know. Because
no, that was not the question.
Yes, it is. You fatty.
No, that was not the question. I will repeat it again so you hear me. Okay? So you are telling me. Can you stop if you're talking, you don't get it. What'd you say? No, what'd you say?
It's not about the sharing. It's about lying about the sharing.
No, you said once he told you that he had a wife, you still went ahead and ticket the plane. So you were okay. No, so now we established you were okay with it. He told you 2 days before you embarked on that train, on that flight. Yes. Hey, please, can you stop talking? Can you stop talking?
I mean,
can you stop talking?
Okay, but
I'm asking you. I'm asking. No. Can I stop talking? You literally said by your own words that 2 days before boarding the plane, he told you he had a wife, and you still got on that shit. Fly to Miami, open your legs, had sex with him and all that. So you already conceded. Okay. Once he told you he had a wife, you willingly share that man because that man told you I have a wife. So what I'm asking you is, since you are not a home wrecker, because that was the statement, right? You are telling me that you're willing to share that man with a woman that is married, but you are not willing to get him all by yourself, by him divorcing that woman and you keep him by yourself. That's what you're trying to tell me, man.
Bro, did you
Did we break you? Because you talk a lot and now you're not talking again? Every time we ask you actually to talk, you stop talking, and then we start talking, and you like talk now. It's open. Go ahead. You talk when we talk, and then when we get quiet, you don't talk. What's going on?
I bet if I start talking, she'll talk. Well, I say it. You broke a 5-year celibacy.
Ali.
Now she gonna talk. That I know her. She broke a 5-year celibacy to possibly break up a marriage when she found out this man was had a wife and she had an affair with him. That's exactly what she did. So she might not concede it to today. She might not concede it tomorrow. She's gonna keep lying and performing for everybody else. But this woman literally broke her celibacy just to possibly break up the marriage of another man, another woman that this man was married to. But the thing is this: if she was married, she would have had a problem if her husband was dealing with somebody else, because Anne ain't gonna share nobody. She never shared nobody, but she was willing to break up this marriage and get this man to herself. That's what she did. She had an affair.
Hey, and Janae, I asked Ken. I'm actually surprised that if you watch Power, then Janae, Power, right?
Yep.
Was Angela a home wrecker when Ghost was married with his wife, and Angela that knew exactly that the man had married in the family, and she decided to go anywhere, was Angela a homewrecker?
Absolutely.
Is any difference between what Angela did with Ghost and what Anne was trying to do with this man, knowing for a fact he had a woman?
No.
So it's like, this is crazy. Like you are not culprit, you are not a victim, and then you become a victim, and then you are a woman of God, and then you did nothing that was bad about your godly things. Like you are everything and nothing at the same time, which is actually very convenient because, like I said, you claim to be conservative and on my politics show, which is something that I was very surprised, because when I pick the panels, I'm very precise in YF because I don't want everybody agreeing with each other. And you were siding with the conservatives. Yeah, we conservatives this and we conservative that. And you are willing to be a side piece in Miami?
It's crazy.
There's an OnlyFans model territory. And you are telling me you are conservative, and can you please, before Ali goes, because friends, I watch so many super chats, it's crazy, man. We're going to read everything and send everybody to Nino Nation. And this is my last question for you, and I'm going to be quiet. And friends, we need still $100 on our Cash App and PayPal. I think it's been an awesome show. If you can support us, I would appreciate it. And does this situation prove that you are actually not conservative? You have no conservative values. Does this situation that you're involved right now, does this show that you are not conservative at all, like you claim? I just want to make sure. Anne, can you just raise your hand if you hear me? I just want to make sure I don't know. Okay, can you answer the question?
She pleading the fifth.
That's what they do in the household. That's what the women do.
Can you answer the question, Ann, please?
Once they get caught up, they don't want to talk no more.
Yeah, can you answer the question, please? And does this show that you don't have a conservative bone in your body?
No, it doesn't mean that. It means once I believed I had the opportunity to marry someone, I took it seriously. And then as more information was introduced to me, I ignored certain signs and I kept moving forward because I truly wanted to be with this person. But I also had a conviction within me that I struggled with. If I wasn't a conservative, someone who values marriage, someone who values law and order, then I wouldn't have been struggling with this at all. Actually, you guys probably wouldn't have heard the story. But conservatives aren't infallible. There is rule and law and order, and sometimes you fall. I was honest about me falling. I still think, despite the mistakes I've made and the choices that I've made, God still loves me. I'm still going to make sure this never happens again.